What if I told you that you could completely reshape your life, not with some massive, difficult action, but by changing something tiny? Well, the idea we're going to break down today is a powerful formula that starts with exactly that, just a single thought. Let's see how it works. I mean, it sounds a little too good to be true, doesn't it? Can one thought, just one little internal sentence, really set off a series of events that changes everything? The core idea we're exploring suggests the answer is a resounding yes. You see, the magic isn't actually in the thought itself. It's in what that thought kicks off. The best way to picture it is like the first domino in a huge, elaborate line. Pushing that first one over doesn't instantly change the end result, but it starts a cascade, a perfect chain reaction, where each piece knocks down the next, one by one. And here it is. This is the whole roadmap, the entire cascade. We're going to walk through this step by step, from your thoughts to your beliefs, then to your expectations, your attitude, your behavior, your performance, and finally, how it all adds up to create your life. So let's start right at the beginning. Okay, so we're starting at the origin point, the spark. This is that very first domino we talked about. And here's the key. According to this formula, this is the one part of the whole process where you have the most direct, the most powerful control. The very first connection in this chain is so simple, but it is profound. If you change your thoughts, you will change your beliefs. What this is really saying is that by consciously choosing the ideas you let run around in your head, you literally start to rewire what you accept as true. So, what do we even mean by a thought here? It's that voice in your head, your internal monologue. It's the mental seeds you decide to plant. And this is so crucial. It is the only step in this entire 7-step chain that you can directly and instantly control. All right, so you have that initial spark. Now, let's watch how that tiny spark starts to build something way bigger. We're moving from just one thought to building the entire framework of your inner world, what we call a mindset. And there goes the next domino. The things you hold to be true, your beliefs, they completely dictate what you expect is going to happen next. If you truly believe you're a capable person, you don't just sit around hoping for good things, you start actively expecting to handle challenges well. You know, beliefs aren't just random. They're basically just thoughts that you've practiced. Think of it like walking the same path in a field over and over. A single thought is like one footstep, but a thought you repeat 100 times? Well, that carves a deep groove. It becomes a belief. And this flows right into the next link. Whatever you're expecting to happen in the future, it completely colors how you feel right now, in the present. If you expect things to work out, your attitude naturally becomes more optimistic and open. If you expect a disaster, your attitude sours to match. Let's just trace this cause and effect for a second. Let's say you install a new belief. You know what? I am capable. That creates a new expectation. Okay, I expect to learn from this challenge, not fail. And that expectation, in turn, creates a totally new attitude of curiosity and openness, instead of, say, fear and anxiety. Okay, we've come to a really pivotal moment in the chain. This is the big one. This is where everything we've built up inside our heads, our thoughts, beliefs, and attitude, finally crosses the bridge from our internal world into the external world of action. Put simply, your mood drives your moves. How you feel about something is the engine that drives how you act. It's a direct connection. I mean, think about it. If your attitude is, ugh, this is never gonna work, what are you gonna do? You'll probably put it off, avoid it, or give it a half-hearted try. But if you just shift that attitude a little bit to something like, let me just see if this can work. Suddenly, that opens the door to totally different behaviors, like actually engaging with a problem, trying to solve it, and sticking with it. And the next step is just pure logic, isn't it? The things you do consistently, your behaviors, they directly determine the results you get. Your performance isn't magic, it's just the consequence of your repeated actions. And we have to remember that performance isn't about one big heroic moment, not at all. It's really the compound interest of your daily behaviors. All those little consistent actions driven by that better attitude, they all add up and accumulate into really significant results over time. Okay, so this brings us to the very end of the line. This is the whole point, the culmination of this entire process. All the other dominoes have fallen one after another, and they're all leading to this final, most important piece.
And there it is, the ultimate payoff. The sum of your results, your performance, it doesn't just get you a good grade or a pat on the back, it literally builds the reality you live in every single day. This is the final, inevitable outcome of a process that all began with one single deliberate thought. And when we say your life here, we're not talking about some vague philosophical idea. No, we're talking about the tangible, real stuff, the reality you experience every day, a reality that is built brick by brick from the results of your consistent performance. So let's just run through that one last time. Your thoughts shape your beliefs. Your beliefs create your expectations. Your expectations determine your attitude. Your attitude drives your behavior creates your performance, and your performance, well, that shapes your entire life. It's a perfect logical cascade. But look, if you take only one thing away from this whole thing, please let it be this. The idea of changing your life feels huge, right? It can feel impossible. But changing a thought? That's small. That's manageable. You can do that right now. This entire life-altering chain reaction starts at the one and only point where you have absolute, total control. And so that really just leaves us with one final critical question, the one that takes this from just being an idea to being a tool you can actually use. Knowing where it all begins, what is the one thought you will choose to consciously change starting today?